Thank you for taking time to chat about this extraordinary show. I'm only a couple of episodes deep, but it's, oh my goodness gracious, it's extraordinary. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Tell me about Freddie. What an extraordinary character you get to play. I mean, you've played some extraordinary characters across your career, but how did Freddie kind of come into your brain when you read it for the first time? What was it about him that struck you and you wanted to help tell his story?
I was struck by the extremes that Freddie is living under and the means with which he lashes out and his attempt to try to connect and how it fails miserably. And Dennis Lehane described Freddie as the loneliest man on the planet. And so I was wrestling, like, what does that mean? Like, how does that manifest itself? But we see in the early episodes that it manifests itself by, binging on bad food and bad content, probably not the best relations that he might have. And it's like a downward spiral from there. So you're only a couple of episodes in, you're about to see it get even more complicated.
I was just talking to Dennis and he was describing about how he was lured into this and took a bit of convincing, as he always does. But sometimes when he gets convinced, when he says no, it's usually when he's going to say yes. I just wonder for you what his work means to you, because he's done some extraordinary stories. When you get something that's by him, as an actor, you must think, oh my God, I don't even have to read the first page. I know it's going to be good.
No, his reputation precedes him. To start off as a novelist, and then Hollywood comes and says, we got to make your novels into a movie. And then he becomes a blockbuster movie maker. Now he's doing award-winning television with Blackbird, and this is the follow-up for that. So, yeah, there was no question when this came my way. It was just whether I could meet the challenge was the big question for me. So hopefully I did.
One of the characters, there's probably lots of different characters that this one maybe gave you influence or anything like that. But for me, when I was watching the first couple, it reminded me a lot of Robin Williams' performance in 1 Hour Photo, in that he's a very solitary guy and his way of connecting to the world is very different to what other people do. Did you take any influence from anywhere in terms of this guy, or any real people that perhaps you took little nuggets from?
Wow, 1 Hour Photo. I've got to go watch that. I haven't seen that film yet.
Have you never seen 1 Hour Photo before?
I have not, and I'm a photographer too.
You think you know Robin? You think you know Robin Williams from Mrs. Doubtfire? Wait till you see 1 Hour Photo.
Oh wow! Well, thanks for the tip. I'm going to definitely go check that out. I didn't have any references that I stole from. I literally just had to rely on my imagination and sort of just. That's what Dennis actually told me to do, because in the beginning, initially, I wasn't sure how to get into this role. I had no personal connection in terms of the story that Freddie had gone through, the life he had led. I didn't know anyone who'd lived his life. I'm trying not to give any spoilers away since you haven't watched the subsequent episodes. And so he told me he just writes from a place of creativity. He writes from his imagination and lets his imagination sort of go to these extreme places. And that, for me, was what was my springboard. But now I got to go watch. I got to go watch 1 Hour Photo. Now I'm going to go watch.
Disney Plus or Hulu, where you are. I think you can watch it on there. As a Brit, I would be remiss if I didn't ask you about working with Taron. Again, I don't want to give anything away from the episodes that I've watched in terms of you and Taron's relationship in the series, but obviously he's part of the producing team as well. This is part of he's part of the team that brought this to life. What struck you about him? Because he's an actor that we know, but he still seems very underrated to what he does.
I don't underrate him. I think he's a beast. He's like a master gymnast, and everything I've seen him in, I've just been blown away by his dexterity, his power, and all of his performances. And I even went on set a few times on Smoke to watch him work, and was just like, oh my God, how am I going to have my scene with this guy? Because he just tears the whole scenery apart, and just everyone's left in his wake. So that's how compelling of a performer he is. So yeah, it was a real treat to be able to try to go toe to toe with him.
just very quickly before I have to leave, what's been your elevator pitch to people for this one? Your very quick elevator pitch to like friends and family. How have you said when it comes out what it's about?
It's a ricochet ride between love, loss, and revenge, and the consequences when you get stuck in that spin cycle.
That's such a good way to put it. Such a good way to put it. I can't wait to watch more. And I can't wait to see more of your performance because so far, all of you are just absolutely sensational. So I wish you all the best with it.
Thank you for spreading the word over and the other across the pond.
Yes, I will. Go see 1 Hour Photo as well.
Oh, I got it on my list.
Take care. Thanks so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys.
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!